Islam is not compatible with Japan, according to people who aren't Japanese and don't live in Japan. I know my appearances can be deceiving because I'm half, but my roots go back in this country thousands of years. So I would like to thank you for today's comment. I think there's a lot of things that we can learn by just clearing up misunderstandings. First of all, Japanese food contains pork. Pork was only introduced into the Japanese diet during the Meiji Restoration. That is the end of the 1800s. It wasn't until the early 1900s that Japan actually started learning how to run pig farms, and then it became a widely available meat because it's cheap to produce a lot of it. The traditional Japanese diet does not consist of beef or pork. It consists of vegetables, fish, and rice. So the traditional Japanese diet is very, very, very Muslim friendly. Japanese don't believe in God, but they can pray at Shinto shrines. If they didn't believe in God, they wouldn't pray at Shinto shrines. The majority of Japanese people, I would argue, do believe in God. However, if you approach them and say, "Do you believe in God?" they might think that you're talking about the Christian God. Interestingly, I don't think a lot of the people that go to the Shinto shrines actually know what deity or what person or what ancestor is actually enshrined at the shrine that they're visiting. And the reason that even Buddhists go to Shinto shrines is because there's not really a clear line between Shinto and Buddhism. Although after Meiji, the Japanese government did try to make a hard separation between Buddhism and Shintoism and start to build up Shintoism as a national identity, separate from Buddhism, which they saw as a foreign influence, which it is. It's from India through China and Korea came into Japan. Let's see, don't expect the number of Japanese Muslims to equal or even approach the number of Christians in Japan. Well, if we're talking about the current rate of Japanese-born Muslims catching up to the current rate of Japanese-born Christians, it will be about the year 2040 to 2045. If we include immigrant populations, this will probably be closer to 2030. Without praying at a Shinto shrine, experiencing Japanese culture as Japanese is incomplete. Well, FYI, statistically speaking, only about 30% of Japanese people visit Shinto shrines on a quote-unquote occasional basis. That would make 70% of Japanese people un-Japanese according to this definition. Islam doesn't really limit going to Shinto shrines. I mean, the same way that people in Egypt might visit the pyramids without worshiping Pharaoh as God, it's perfectly fine for Muslims to visit a Shinto shrine without worshiping whatever is enshrined there as God. Anyways, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. You're 100% welcome on the channel. If I can clear up any misunderstanding about the Japanese culture or Islam, and especially how those two things work together, I would love the opportunity. So thank you for your comment. See you on the next one.